Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, whether you're tuning in on the radio dial here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you. Also, those joining us through our online affiliates around the world, we're glad to have all of you with us as well. We've talked a lot on this program over this past year, especially about entrepreneurs and what they've been able to do to not only to identify things that they want to address with a particular market, but also what it took for them to be able to bring their products to life. I'm really excited in this next segment to welcome Shane Griffin to our program. Shane is an entrepreneur who's been able to find success for himself, but has also been able to make changes in his own life that he's been able to then share with other people as well. Part of that has been the company that we're going to talk about today, the Vitamin Patch Club. We're going to talk to Shane not only about how it all came about, but what it's been like for him to see the response, as well as what he wants you to know about VPC that you can be able to benefit from as well. Shane, hello to you and welcome to the program.
Hey, Cyrus, thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate you taking the time. Very grateful for the opportunity to talk about Vitamin Patch Club and entrepreneurism and what I call philanthropreneurism, actually, building businesses based on giving back. But we can discuss that in a little bit. But I'm very grateful to be here.
Well, look, glad to have you on, and I'm glad you mentioned that aspect as well, because when we direct our audience to the website, I was really struck by that, too, about the aspect of giving. We will talk about that. So, Shane, what has it been like for you as an entrepreneur? And not only because it can be scary sometimes for those individuals out there who are just getting into entrepreneurism or thinking about it. It can be scary to think about what might happen, what might not happen. What has it been like for you to kind of reflect on your success and the lessons you've been able to learn along the way?
You know, it's been a really, really, really fun journey. I mean, entrepreneurism takes a really unique person that really has this drive and this, I liken it to thick skin and fortitude. I've been very fortunate where I was raised in a family of entrepreneurs and surrounded by them, so I understand what it takes to get it done. But to a new entrepreneur, the biggest thing is if you have a vision, you have a goal, there are going to be so many more setbacks than you could ever anticipate. And if your goal is sound and your purpose is with passion, you just have to stick with it. Like even on our stuff, I've done this for 25, 30 years. I've been an entrepreneur. And the new company, Vitamin Patch Club, has had its own set of hurdles and obstacles that I've had to overcome. And there's been times where you want to give up. I mean, everything's telling you to give up. You're low on money. You're low on focus. You're low on energy. And you've got to say, does this matter to the world? Does this matter to me? And you just have to rally. You got to find it in your stomach and just power through. Big thing with me is, really getting focused and grounded and living in my truth. That's really what's helped me out. So this matters. It matters more than my hour and a half sleep. It matters more than me watching an episode on TV right now. And you just have to drive and fortitude. Hard work is really, there's no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts. There's a lot of mentors you can get, and there's a lot of people that can help you along the way. Building a team is important, but you have to have an innate drive, something that just powers you, that makes you want to just keep going. That's what I've learned the most. Is it's just you gotta just pull up your pants and keep going sometimes, because it's tough, man. It's really tough. And there's with the internet and the web and everything. There's so many people that are striving to be great, which is amazing. You have to find a way to stand out. You got to find a way to succeed.
Exactly. And, you bring up a really interesting point. I think, there's nothing like having a healthy support system. Being able to grow up around entrepreneurism, Shane, do you think that also gave you part of the fortitude to realize that, that every day is not going to be perfect? As you mentioned, there are long hours. I can attest to that. There are opportunities that you're going to have to make decisions about what you're going to spend your time, where you're going to spend your resources. Do you think growing up around that kind of helped you to prepare for that in your own life?
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen my family come from nothing to a very successful industrial services company. My mom and dad worked together side by side. She managed the organization, and my dad was the, take the risk and just do anything at all costs. It was always get the job done. My older brother has since taken over the business and then bought the business from my father and built it to, plus $100 million company. And to watch him, I mean, he's an amazing father, but there are sacrifices. So, he travels a ton and he works his butt off. But he loves what he does. He loves his employees. That's important too. You got to love the people. You got to take care of your people. That's so tremendously important. But to be around that, and my advice to people that don't have that built-in amazing encyclopedia that I called encyclopedia for the younger listeners is what we used to use before Google. If you don't have that, if you don't, I'm dating myself, aren't I? If you don't have that infrastructure, like I was so fortunate to have, and to the point that I was oblivious to it. I didn't even know it was there until I needed it. And then I was like, oh, wow, all of these lessons that I learned are now impacting me. But there are a ton of resources. There's entrepreneurs. There's masterminds now, which are really prevalent and really strong. You can go to and be surrounded by like-minded, creative, giving and sharing people. I've had a world opened up to me this year that really, really, really blew me away in going to several different masterminds where there was like-minded people. When you get around people like you're just inspired. You don't feel like you're not the only one struggling to get this vision out there. Like you look at the guy next to you might be running a $50 million company. He's got the same problems with cash flow. He's got the same problems with scalability, the same problems with tech and customer service, and you can really learn a tremendous amount off those people. So surround yourself with people and find and seek the people if you don't have it innately provided for you, as I mentioned earlier, I had an encyclopedia of knowledge that was just passed on to me, which is leaps and bounds ahead of people, which is an amazing opportunity. And again, I'm so grateful for being able to witness this growth in our own family and family, friends, and whatnot.
Right. And I think the other side of this is, and you bring up something really important. I mean, the sacrifice is making sure that we're taking care of ourselves. I think that brings us full circle here, Shane, to what you've been able to do and what you've been able to offer. As I mentioned, of course, you've been able to, through your work, you're the founder of Whole Life Balance. But what you're now focusing on is the Vitamin Patch Club, which is all about making sure that you have what you need to be at your best. Talk to us about that, because I think a lot of times we forget, and not just entrepreneurs, but people who are busy. They have families. They have other things going on. They're so busy taking care of other things, they forget to take care of themselves. When did that become clear to you that you had to make sure that you had your oxygen mask on first before you could help someone else?
I love that analogy, and you couldn't have said it more poetic, really. There's the old saying, right? If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else, and that is absolutely true with me. I had a past. I was a nightclub owner, and I'm a recovering addict, 5 years sober from alcohol and drugs, and I never took care of myself. I was taking care of this party and this lifestyle, but I never took care of myself. Once I went to rehab, I learned what I call to live in my truth and to take time for you. You have to take a minute and breathe. You have to get your head above the water. You have to, like you said, put your oxygen mask on. And to me, it became really clear as I was running Whole Life Balance that even in my interest of helping people on a day-to-day basis, I was burning out and I was exhausted and I was opening my doors at 6 a.m. and in the same structure all the time. And consistently, I saw people that were coming in as a nutritionist, and I'm a certified nutritionist, graduated 4 years ago. Since then, become a coactive life coach also and a registered orphan molecular health practitioner. So a ton of different things that I knew I had this great duty to help people. But at Whole Life, I was bombarded with people that were always saying, I don't have the time, I hate taking pills, I don't feel they're helping. And that's where the light bulb went with me. I'm like, I've got to find a better way to deliver nutrients to people, because my whole job is to get people balanced and get their deficiencies in check and try to get them feeling better so that they can be their best. And that's right. In every aspect of life, that's all I want is people around me to feel better and be better in health, in spirit, in emotion, and everything. It really drives me. And these people were not getting what they needed. So, it was a stroke of genius, and I'm not the genius. That's not what I'm saying. It was a stroke of luck and genius. I was closing a store, and I really felt bad about it. I'd spent a ton of money, and I felt sorry for myself, and that's okay. I sat for about a week on my couch, and I did everything that I shouldn't do. I ate pizza, and I ate McDonald's, and I didn't, take care of myself. And I did all these things that as a nutritionist is like the cardinal sins. And I still smoked, and as a nutritionist, that's insane too. And I said, what would you say to a client as a life coach? Like, you gotta figure this out. So I made a list of what was my fault, what wasn't my fault, accepted that wasn't mine, and then put that list as a dream list of not to reoccur these same mistakes. And at the time, I went to a convenience store, a pharmacy actually, and I said, look, I need to quit smoking because the first thing I do is start taking care of me. So I made a stand. I got to take care of me. Everything else is blocked out. I need me to get better before I can make anything else better. And that's where the stroke of genius came. The lady in the aisle said, well, you should get these Nicoderm patches because you don't have a prescription to any of these other aids to quit smoking. We have them in the aisle right here. And they were in the vitamin aisle. And when she held up the nicotine patch, I could literally see all of the vitamins on the wall behind her. Like there was the pharmacies, they've got aisles and aisles of vitamins. And she held the patch, and it's like it's superimposed onto the bottle behind it. In my mind, I was like, wait a minute, whoa. Why are we not delivering vitamins through our skin? Why are we absorbing them in what we call our first-pass metabolism, which is designed to inactivate active ingredients, which means all the nutrients and vitamins that we're absorbing or we're not absorbing, when you take them orally, you eliminate 80% of the pills. And this is well known. This is 45% of the population from our focus groups already know this. But what else can you do short of injections or IV therapy? And those are expensive and they're evasive, right? So I went right back to my apartment at the time, and I just started Googling and searching everything on transdermal technology, which is, the absorption through skin into your capillary system, migrating your systemic circulatory system, and then introducing it to the whole body, which gives you 90% absorption. I was blown away. I'm like, wait a minute, there is a better way? Why is this not out there? So that's how we started Vitamin Patch. It's a new and a safer and more effective way to deliver your vitamins. Without the pain of having to swallow pills, which statistics show 58% of the population that takes supplements hate taking pills. So, inconvenience and fear is a huge driver for people not to activate themselves. So I'm like, if I can eliminate that and give people more nutrients, I can actually do my job. So my one-on-one therapies that I was doing, as important as it was to me, I wasn't reaching a broad enough audience to make the impact that I really, really believe I can make. I think my life story is important. I think my focus is important. I think I have something to share. I believe it in my heart. So why not share it on a global audience? So that's really how Vitamin Patch started. And then, we talked about the charitable side of the business. That just became such an important thing to me. I work with my mother on a cystic fibrosis event in Canada for the past 10 years. We've raised, I think I don't keep track, that's the bookkeepers, but above $3 to $4 million in the past 10 years. And I'm the production manager. So I've been ingrained this give back, be grateful for what you have from my family, and watched, again, modeled this wonderful ideology of, you've got it better than the person that has it worse. Always. There's always somebody better and always somebody worse. So I instituted in the company that every month we're going to nominate 3 charities that are what we call orphan charities or nonprofits that are not well known or don't have a global acknowledgement. And we're going to support them and market them and advertise them on a monthly basis, all 3 of them, with a voting module in our website that our clients and our patch members can vote on. And at the end of the month, we're donating to a new charity. Well, we'll donate to all 3. There is no loser in this. We're not going to not donate but to all 3, but the lion's share will go to the number 1 voted one. And our patch members, this is what makes us really unique, and I strongly say separates us as a brand and not just a product, is that our patch members have the allowance to nominate charities of their choice. So if you're a member of our Vitamin Patch Club, and that's why we call it the club, 1, we deliver to you on a continuity model. So it's a subscription. Every month for $29.95, we deliver to your door the particular product or products that you have chosen. And then we also give you the allowance or the encouragement to be a part of a community that's actually giving back. And I believe in my soul, I believe everything in my depth of my soul, that the most important thing is if you can inspire somebody, give somebody that feeling they're doing good, that is contagious. That misery loves company, happiness it just anoints whenever people get that feeling. And I've watched it again. Luckily, it was modeled to me in the charity events that I've worked at. It can be from dropping off food at the Midnight Mission in downtown LA, to serving food, to working at CF, to being a volunteer doing the place settings on a table for a gala. You're a part of something, and once you feel you belong to something good, that is contagious within you. You want to do more. So I think if we can just plant the seed that you're a part of it. So we know that not everybody's going to nominate. We know that not everybody's going to vote. But even by just being a patch member, by buying our product, you're a part of something better. And we're going to inform you about that through our messenger and through our email and our many videos that we produce. And I think that is where we start creating the change in the world that needs to happen. So I tell people, because I think the world all knows it. I think we all look at each other and say, man, we got to do better. And there's
right.
hundreds of thousands of people that are really doing this great attempt at it and doing great work. And I've got people that I'm a fan of all around the world that are doing amazing work that is not even being acknowledged all over the world. And I want to be one of those people, and I want to bring people along. It's kind of it's no fun to be at the top of the mountain and not share it with somebody. So let's bring everybody.
Right.
Let's either bring the mountain down or bring everybody up.
Right.
So that's that Vitamin Patch Club in our DNA is giving back, and then with our product, it is absolutely the most amazing setup that we have with being able to deliver nutrients, and no binders, no fillers, no chemicals. All of our products are vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO, additive-free, and organic. So when you put a patch on, only nutrients are in that patch, which allows us to actually give you a time-released better delivery system, which to me is, as a nutritionist, awesome. As a human being, epic. To be able to deliver to people truth and honesty with efficacy.
Right. Well, we definitely invite our audience to go to the website. It's www.vitaminpatchclub.com. And as you heard our guest say, Shane was really outlined it well, that you not only find out about the patches there, but also about how they're able to give back as well. So you can take advantage of the opportunity to learn more, to nominate charitable organizations. But definitely you can find out more information about the patches, as you heard Shane say here, some of the benefits of using the patch. Take advantage of the Knowledge Center as well. I really appreciate that. Was it your goal with this, Shane, because so much of us are getting our information, so many of us are getting our information online, to make the website not only as easy as possible to navigate, but as informative as possible?
I'm glad you brought that up, because we're actually, right now, the website that you're going to is our waitlist website, because we haven't even gone live yet, and we're almost sold out with pre-orders, with waitlist orders. However, we go live in the next 24 to 36 hours, so I'm super stoked. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I really appreciate you asking me that, because that was the paradox that we had. Everybody buys click buy, very point-of-sale purchasey. And with this, I really want to be informed. So it's almost like we have two websites in one. We've got when you go to the website, you can scroll down, see our products, very easily navigate, put them in your shopping cart and go. But if you're somebody, and most people I think are fairly intelligent, that want to know why, want to know who we are, we have those little ledgers at the top there, the menu items. It's the Knowledge Center, learn more about VPC and all of that information, which really allows us to let people not leave our site and learn and investigate a great deal more. And that we wanted to have the twofold, the deep dive that you can do, plus the ease if you're one of the people who are just like, you know what, I love it. And a lot of people, by the way, Cyrus, most of them, they're like, Shane, how can I get this right now? That's been my response. My response has been unbelievable. I was at a restaurant for dinner the other night, and the waitress said, "Oh, you're the Vitamin Patch Club guy. I've seen your video." And I'm like, "You've seen my video?" I'm kind of taken back. Which is, yeah. She goes, "Oh my God, I love them. How do I get them? I can't get them yet." I had them in my truck and I gave them to her, and she's already posted like 5 times and already asked me if she can get them for a friend. So I'm going live as soon as I can. Just give me a minute, So because we want the reason we're delayed in our going live is we want our customer experience to be above all. We've modeled a lot of very, very, very good customer service companies that have great back ends, so that the experience to our customer is simple, secure, safe, and sound. We want them to be. We want to be with efficacy. There's no hidden agenda with us. It's not a free trial, and then we bill you for 6 months. It's a straight, here's your product. We bill you on a month-to-month basis. If you don't like it, 100% refundable. If it doesn't work for you or you're not interested, that's absolutely fine. Great customer service team. We really want our experience to be bar none the best. And the team that I've assembled, and I'm very grateful for, have worked tirelessly to give me some of my crazy vision. I'm like, well, I want to do this. I'm like, there's nobody's done that before. I'm like, good, let's figure it out. So, that's the best words to me is I don't know how to do it, and that's like great, and it's not being done. So let's make it happen. Yeah. Let's figure it out. And that delays you and it costs you some money, but drive is driven. I don't know if that even works, but that's kind of how I feel. You got to drive your drive.
Right. And I think, too, the other point I want to make, and then we're going to remind our audience about the site, Shane, is that that's a great thing for entrepreneurs, period, that if it's not out there, that's great for you. that means that if you're able to pull this off, you're going to be at the head of the game. And I think that should be an incentive for all entrepreneurs out there when it comes to doing something that they love. And so it's so exciting to see already the response you're getting. Again, vitaminpatchclub.com is the website. Vitaminpatchclub.com is the website. There you can go take advantage of the Knowledge Center, find out about the products, and know that it's going to be going live really soon. A really exciting time for you, Shane. Congratulations to you and your team, and I hope you'll come back and give us an update at the beginning of the year.
I look very, very forward to it. We've got some crazy, exciting stuff happening in the new year that's going to give us some really amazing reach. We're negotiating to be the sponsor for a huge award show. Everybody knows award shows where I'm going to actually be able to. They're creating an actual award for me to deliver to the audience, which is Humanitarian of the Year award, which this particular function has never done before, and that'll be in March, the 1st of March, and we're negotiating to get in on that, which I actually get to give an award to an amazing person who's done amazing work globally, nationally, or regionally. So I'm really excited about that. So we're going to be out there, and I'd love to come back and tell you about that. And anytime, send you links, Cyrus, about whatever charities we're working on, because every month we've got 3 new ones, and to be a part of this is to be a part of something. And that's really important to us. And like I said, you know, when you take pills, you're eliminating 80% of all the nutrients. So never mind fiscally, it's just not helping well. And that's not the pill company's fault. I don't want to assassinate anybody and tell them that they're bad. It's just the biomechanics of our body. It's how our body works. We're designed to eliminate them. It's how our digestive tract works, from our hydrochloric acid to our liver to our small intestine to binders and fillers in food, and the way we work. We eliminate them. But with a patch, you bypass that first pass. You absorb 90%. And that's really the genius of this. And everything else is just, being an epic ride, man. It's so fun. There's nothing like creating. I mean, you're an entrepreneur. You've got your stuff. There's nothing more gratifying and fulfilling than being a part of something good that you from conception to design to development to delivery. It's just a fascinating road, and I encourage anybody out there that if you're thinking of something, I don't care how wild your idea is, I don't care how crazy it is, go for it, man. Just go for it, because I lived, I told you I'm in recovery for 5 years, and there was a lot of wasted years there, where I look back and I say to myself, man, you had so many wonderful opportunities that you were so defined by your possessions and your silly stuff that you could have done something great. So the only regret I have is I didn't get smarter sooner. I didn't smarten up sooner. I mean, everything that's brought me to here, I'm grateful for that, but the opportunities are there. So if you have an idea and you're out there and you're listening to this, go for it, because nobody can stop you but you. I don't care how crazy it seems. Crazier the better. There's a gentleman that used to be the CEO of Southwest Airlines. He was for 39. Southwest is the only airlines. I don't know if you know this, small little side note. I don't know if we have time, but I'll try to rush it for you. Only airline to be profitable since their inception. They've never had a year of loss. They've never done a layoff in their life. I just watched this on an episode called Titans, and he said if it's common sense, it doesn't make, or if it's common, it doesn't make sense. So if you've got something that is different, do it. Don't be common. There's a saying that the kids say: don't be basic, don't be common. Do something bold. Make it matter. And you can, because I'm just a guy from Canada living in Southern California. I live on a boat with my partner in crime, my dog, Mr. Bronx, and we're building this. So other than the mentoring and the wonderful parents and infrastructure I've had, this year's been solo mission, other than my team, helping me and guiding me and mentoring me and keeping me grounded. But nobody had any experience in the pharmacokinetics business in my family. Nobody had any experience in online sales, marketing, lead pages, ClickFunnels, all of these things that you use to get. I had to go out and learn it. So don't be afraid to learn either. God, I got so much advice I could go on for an hour. Don't be afraid to learn new things.
Well, definitely, we will have to have you back then, Shane, to be able to get some more of that advice for you for sure. But right now, we definitely want our audience to be able to go again to the website, vitaminpatchclub.com. Go ahead and bookmark that, get the information, be able to take advantage of the opportunity. And Shane, really, congratulations to you, and we will definitely be having you back soon.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to me. Like I said, I use the word grateful a lot, but it's not overused in my vocabulary. I really am so grateful, and I appreciate your time, and I appreciate you, sir. And as I say to everybody, I love you. Love yourself.
I know. We love you back again, especially for the work that you're doing, Shane. Congratulations. And we thank you, our audience, and we definitely love you all and appreciate you all tuning in to this segment of Conversations Live. If you all came in late, you missed part of the conversation with Shane, don't worry. Thanks to our online friends, you all can catch the replay right after we go off the air. The link is already available through our social media site, so head over to facebook.com/CyrusWebb or go to twitter.com/CyrusWebb. If you click on the link there, you can listen to the show completely for free and share it with your friends from there, too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Make sure you take out time to enjoy some good music as well as a great book. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live today. You all make it a great one.